Hi, this is Kirk with Intrakr, and I'm going to show you how to set up ingredient tracking between your Square register and your Intrakr account. So you'll see here I have both tabs open. I'm going to go into Square real quick and show you my original Square products. So I have two products, a mocha latte and a vanilla latte. And each one of these has three variations set up, which are the sizes of the drinks that I sell. So within Intrakr, I've already imported these two products. If you haven't done this yet, you can go under Settings on the left, Integrations, and then Square. You're going to get a page like this, and you would just go ahead and click Import. And that would pull all of your products from Square Register and create a product for them in Intrakr. Now, if you're using ingredient tracking in Intrakr, you're going to end up having products within Intrakr only that you're tracking inventory for that you don't necessarily want showing up in your Square Register. So what we typically say is if you're using ingredient tracking, just to stay away from this export products. Clicking export products would take products that only exist in Intrakr and create them in Square, which you probably don't want in this scenario. So I'm going to go back into my products in Intrakr. You'll see I have the two products in here that are matched to the products I have in Square. And you'll see under the links column, it shows that they're linked with Square. If I go into the quantities for any one, so I'm going to go into, just click the quantity for mocha latte, you'll see that we start with 0, and we have it set up for each one of our variations. So let's start by creating some ingredients. So I'm going to go to the top right, I'm going to click our plus icon, and I'm going to create an ingredient called milk, just standard milk. Now, if you have different types of milk, soy, non-fat, whole milk, things like that, you can create them as variations. But I'm going to keep it simple for now and just call this milk. So I'll create that ingredient. I'm going to go ahead then and let's create one more ingredient, a couple more actually. Let's create cup. Now, cup is pretty is definitely going to have a variation, right? We're going to have different size cups to match the size drinks that we sell. So I'm going to create this product with variations, so we'll check that box. Click Create, and in here, it's going to ask me for the variations I want to create for this cup. So the variation name is going to be size, and then the values will be 8 ounce, 10 ounce, and this is just a comma-separated list, 12 ounce. So I'll save that. And then finally, let's create a lid for our coffee. So I'll call it lid, and let's just imagine we have one size fits all lid, so we're not going to deal with variations here. I'll create that. So now you'll see in Intrakr, we have our 5 products. If we go back to Square, we still just have 2, and that's because Square is only keeping track of these 2 original products that existed within it. Within Intrakr, we have the 2 products that were originally imported from Square, and then we have the 3 that were created only in Intrakr. Now these 3 are going to be our ingredients that are linked to both our mocha latte and our vanilla latte. Now you'll see that these lattes that were imported from Square imported the categories as well. And so for consistency's sake, or to make it easier to find our ingredients, if we want, we can always add categories to our ingredients. So I'm going to go into the settings for our lid, and I'm going to give it the category of ingredient. I'm going to copy this, save it, and I'm going to create all of our other parts or ingredients, put them into the category ingredient. And I'll close this and refresh our list, and you'll see now we have our 5 products, each within their respective category. So later on, if we ever wanted to filter on a list of, say, just ingredients, we could go to categories under Intrakr, and we could choose just our ingredient. Ignore some of those other test categories I have. So I'll go back out to all items so we can see everything again. So now that we have our ingredients and we have our sellable products, we're going to want to link the ingredients to the sellable products. So let's start with our mocha latte. We'll go into the settings for this, which is going to be on the right-hand side. The first thing we're going to do is check pass-through product. Now what this means is that the quantity of the mocha latte is going to be linked directly to the quantities of its ingredients, so that as a latte is sold, it will immediately drain the appropriate quantities of each one of its ingredients. By not having this checked, it would mean that we have some sort of process that would at some point convert an ingredient into a latte. So, if for some reason maybe you pre-make the lattes in the morning, you would not want to check this. But for most of our customers, a latte is going out the door, is being put together and goes out the door right at the same time. And so you want this to pass through the quantity declination to its ingredients right away. go ahead and check that. Then under the parts tab, we're going to specify which ingredients go into each variation. So we'll start with our 10 ounce. The first thing we're going to want here is a cup. So I'm going to search for cup, choose that. I'm going to choose the size, and this is my 10 ounce. Oops, I mixed up the sizes over here, but we'll match the 10 ounce and we'll say 1 cup. Then we're going to need a lid. Say 1 lid. And we're going to need some milk for this latte. So milk. And let's just say we put 4 ounces of milk. So it's important to note that we're tracking the milk in ounces. The cups and lids are obviously tracked in just units, right? But the milk, we just have to remember that we're tracking it in ounces. And then we can go through and we can do all the other variations as well. So the 12 ounce, do the same thing. Add product cup. We'll choose the 12 ounce size, and we'll have one of these. Do the lid. And we'll do our milk. And let's just say we do 5 ounces of milk for the other. And we can go through and do all the others as well. So imagining this is done, I'm going to go ahead and click save on this. Close this product. And then we would ultimately want to do the same thing for vanilla latte. It'd be the exact same process. We'd go into settings, choose pass-through, and then under the parts tab, we'd go ahead and specify all the parts for each one of our variations. So let's test this out by first adding some ingredients that we have, or parts of each one of these drinks. So I'm going to go into cup, and let's just add some cups. I'm just going to add 100 of each. And note in here, for each variation, we have a low quantity column, right? And so this is going to let you specify the low quantity alert indicator, which is when Intrakr will send you a notification letting you know that this product is becoming low in stock. And so you may want to set them separately for each cup. So, say 10 ounce cups are more popular for you. You may want to make this number a little bit higher so that you're notified in time to be able to order more. So we'll confirm that we're adding these quantities. You'll see that our quantity went up for cups. Let's add some lids. So I'm going to add 500 lids. These are standard sizes, so maybe we buy them in bulk. And let's add some ounces of milk. So let's just say we have 100 ounces of milk. So now if we refresh our list, you're going to see something interesting happen with the quantities for these pass-through products. We have our correct quantities for all of our ingredients, and they're rolled up, right? So this is 300 cups in aggregate across all variations. If we want to see a breakdown, we can toggle this switch right here and see a breakdown of how many we have for each variation. Just going to go back to our standard list. And then you'll see next to Mocha Latte now, it's showing 45, which seems a little odd. What this is telling you is that based off of the availability of ingredients, you can right now make up to 45, obviously depending on the combination or the variations of Mocha Lattes that you sell, but you can make up to 45 Mocha Lattes based off of how many ingredients you have. So that can be handy. Or if that doesn't really matter to you, you can just simply ignore that number. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend like I sold a Mocha Latte. This would be a manual sell. So I'll go into the quantity here. Let's say I sold 1 10 ounce, so I'm just going to change this from 25 to 24. Save that. And if I come back out to our list, you'll see that all the parts were decremented properly. We lost 1 cup, we lost 1 lid, and we drained 4 ounces of milk. So it worked just as we expected. Now, obviously, you're not likely to manually decrement your pass-through products in Intrakr, but I just wanted to demonstrate what would happen if you sold something through Square. So as a charge goes through Square, Intrakr will pick up those payments about every 10 to 15 minutes or so. And when we see those products are purchased in your Square register, we'll decrement them in Intrakr, similar to how we just did it manually, and then immediately the ingredients will be passed through. So I'm not going to simulate a charge right now in Square because I don't want you to sit around for 10-15 minutes to see how it would work. But it would essentially work the same way as if we did it manually within Intrakr like we just did. And so this is a great way to keep track of parts or raw materials or ingredients for different products that you are currently selling in Square Register without actually having to keep those products in Square Register itself, and by being able to directly link them so that you don't have to manage those products separately. You just set them up once, and you can very easily monitor how many you have in stock and receive real-time notifications of when they go low and when they go out of stock. Thank you.